watching Poland Daily Business, and tonight we'll talk about the green energy in aspect of the corporations like KGHM, the one biggest Polish copper producing company, one of the biggest conglomerate of such in the world. Radosław Żydok of KGHM is our guest tonight. Sir, welcome.
Welcome. Hello.
And the energy prices in Poland are growing, mainly due to the limits of CO2 imposed by the European Union, and how your company is protecting itself from this exposure on growing and unpredicted cost.
Yes, of course, we see that the Green Deal will impose even more costs on energy-intensive company as ours, and of course at the energy system in Poland, from which we are still buying most of our energy. That's why we've implemented a new strategy back in 2018 with a strategic goal set to reach the 50% coverage of electricity we consume from our own sources. We would like to reach this level by 2030. Right now we are at the level of, let's say, 20 up to 25%, mostly from gas steam units in Pokolice and Głogów. Right now we are investing quite a lot in photovoltaics. We've just started our first photovoltaic farm in Legnica, just by our smelter, and we're building next farms in a close proximity of our plants. We have two under development right now, close to 6 and 8 megawatts, and of course we are looking at other possibilities as well. Wind farms, if that would be possible in the near future. Hopefully, there will be some change in regulatory environment.
Mm-hmm. Are you using a financial mechanism for this investment? Those are, I understand, quite big amounts of money, so you probably need some vehicle to finance and spread the cost over the years.
Well, of course, energetics is not our core business, let's say, but seeing how much those costs weigh in our balance, we are quite serious about this investments as well. This whole target to reach the 50% coverage will cost us more than 2 billion zlotys approximately. Of course, it's a substantial amount. But we are using our own money right now, and we are not taking in any new debt just for it. We still have some capabilities thanks to good financial results in the last few years. We can pay the capex on our own.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us how much power you are using a year and in Poland, and what is the price of it? So what we are talking, you mentioned those billions of Polish zlotys, so how much does it in your books comparing to the other costs?
I'd say that we consume approximately 3 terawatt hours per year. So it's close to 2% of whole electricity produced and consumed in Poland. So, of course, that's quite a substantial number. And I wouldn't like to talk only about the price of electricity, because it's all connected, all energy prices, all kind of energy. We are also buying gas and heat. So in total, it will be close to 1 billion zlotys per year for all the energy issues, let's say. And of course, seeing that electricity is surging, we have a gas surge a little bit from last year as well. We, of course, are recalculating all the investments and thinking about some other possibilities. And those photovoltaic farms are just the results of those calculations. We see that this is a feasible way to put in the energy into our system.
So from your point of view, the photovoltaic farm is not only profitable because it will eventually generate for you a free energy after, I don't know, 10, 15 years, but also it lowers your CO2 bills that you have to pay to the state for the CO2 emission as other companies do?
Yes, I'd say that we are in a big process, not only our company, but the industry in general, to lower our direct emissions. And this will come mostly from electrification, which means that we will be using electricity as a source of energy for our installation instead of fossil fuels. We were using coal in our global smelter before, and a few years ago we've completely rebuilt the plant, and now we are using mostly gas and electricity. Such mixes, of course, has much lower carbon footprint, but of course it makes us more vulnerable to the costs. So I'd say this is still, this is still a tough job to calculate what will be best in the long term. But seeing that the emission prices will rise, this is just one of the obvious results. Is we have to electrify our plants and at the same time bring in as much renewable power as possible, not to pay for those emissions.
Of course. Radosław Żydok of KGHM, sir, thank you very much for this insight into the crucial issues of your company. And that was it for Poland Daily Business tonight. Please watch us tomorrow, same time.